Welcome to Parent2Parent Solutions, where there are no bad children and no bad parents, only the misinformed and misunderstood. This is part 5 of the Prison Proof Your Kid series, Why Children Rebel, Cycles of Identity. We are not raising children, we are rearing adults, and that is a big difference. I'm your host, Tiant, Professor Mitch Mitchell, America's greatest prison dad. Or so I like to think. A great philosopher once said, I think, therefore I am. Well, I'm not really sure what they meant back then, but I am sure that I am what I think I am. And so are you and your children. But what are your children and why? More importantly, for those parents dealing with the adventurous adolescents and their very colorful personalities, how did they become that? Well, hold on to your seats. You're about to find out the truth about why they became what they are and how to change it for the better. Now, how many of you actually have teenagers of your own? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, because you know firsthand what drives some parents to the psych ward. The teenage rebel. Here's an even better question. How many of you were once teenagers? Now, see, I find it comical how easily we become stuffed shirt adults and forget the turbulent torrents of the teenage trek through life. In fact, we often delude ourselves into thinking that we've outgrown our childish and adolescent ways for the loftier life of the land of grown-ups. No, we haven't. Underneath, our humanity still functions the same exact way. We're still human. And believe it or not, so are our children. Well, Professor Mitch, why do they act like aliens from some other planet? Oh, because they are. Your child is an alien. That's what I've been trying to tell you for the past 4 episodes. Haven't you been listening? That is an alien to you. Now listen closely with an open mind to learn how, why, and what you can do about it. Now remember, behavior is a tool used to be and feel comfortable at the moment. That's how we regulate our internal life and our emotions, through our behaviors. When things make us sad, we do something to make us feel better. And when something makes us happy, we do things to keep feeling happy or keep feeling comfortable inside. So in other words, whatever emotional or psychological state or feeling would end the distress and the discomfort going on inside and bring about the internal peace. That's what we're after. So now I go more in depth about this in my new book, Why We Really Do What We Do, Making Sense of Hate, Crime, Violence, and Everything Else Humans Do. You can go to ProfessorMitchSpeaks.com or click on the link in the description of this episode. Now let's get back, because behavior is a tool for what? To be and feel comfort. Internal peace. That's what this is all about. All behavior, all life is moving is for internal peace. We're going to get to that later on in the episode. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now let's take it from the beginning. Children become who they think they need to be in order to be and feel heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected. See, that's when we are our most comfortable, when we feel like we matter. When we feel heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected. But hold up. That's not it. We're not done. You know there's more. See, children become who they think they need to be in order to be and feel heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected. Wait for it. By that or those which matter to them. So in other words, by that or those which they hear, they see, they acknowledge, they value, they love, and they respect. This thing is a mutual thing. See, when your child is disrespectful to you or others, please know that there is always something or someone that has earned their respect. They respect something. The question is, Why not you? Why not the teacher or the student at school? Why not the adults around them or the law enforcement or an authority figure? Why do our children stop giving respect in those areas? Now, last episode you learned that children become who they think they need to be in order to feel and be heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected by those that matter to them most. Parents, grandparents, guardians, and teachers. Please get this concept of human behavior. Matter of fact, we're going to break it all the way down so we can make sure we're all on the same page. Children become. Stop. Children what? Become. That's identity. That's the ship we talked about. So children become who? Stop. Children become what? Who? In other words, they become that which. So, all right, let's take it from the beginning. Children become that which they. Stop again. That which what? They. In other words, not you or anyone else. They. So, all right, let's go. Keep going. Children become that which they think. Stop again. They what? They think. Not what you think, not what society thinks, not what the church thinks, etc., etc. Remember, it's what the horse thinks that drives its behavior. The same thing with us humans. All right, so let's go. Children become that which they think they need to be. Stop. They become what? What they think they need to be. Not necessarily what you need them to be. Here goes the good part. Children become who they think they need to be in order to be and feel. Now hold on right there. In order to do what? To be and feel. This is important, y'all. Now go ahead and say it out loud to yourself or say it to somebody close. They do it to what? To be and to feel. This is what life is about. All of our behaviors are centered in us being something and feeling something. That's what it's about. Share this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, something. Behavior is the tool used to regulate how we are being and who we are being and how we are feeling. It's the tool to regulate, to be and feel something. Everything we do is to be and feel something. Now, Professor Mitch, what is it that we're trying to feel? Is it happiness, sadness, anger, joy? Well, I can sum it all up in one word. It's to feel comfortable. That's it. Now that brings us to the point of this episode, cycles of identity. Now remember the ship that was sailing across the ocean of culture to Matter Mountain on Satiation Island to satisfy every need? What was the name of that ship? I'll help you out. Identity. Now, why did we name the ship Identity? Now, go back and listen to the last 2 episodes to find out. What's important to know now is that, like ships, your child's identities are created to navigate through the culture of your child's environment and collective experiences. In their collective experiences, which means at home, in school, with friends and family, out in the community, your child learns who matters to who, what matters most to who, and why. They then become the identity that they think they need to be in order to be and feel heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected by those that matter to them most. The problem begins when who they are, feel they are, or identify as clashes with who or what you and I, the parents, the teachers, the guardians, the society, the law enforcement, needs, wants, or tries to force them to be. See, rebellion is the result of incongruency, a mismatch, a clash between what and who your child is or think they are and who they think you want, need, or are forcing them to become. It's the clash of identities here. Now notice your child is not rebelling against you, but the identity or identities they believe you are forcing on them without hearing them, seeing them, and acknowledging them, without hearing, seeing, and acknowledging who they are or what they want or who they want to be and why. Because they think they have stopped receiving respect from it in those areas or never did, is why they rebel. Now hear me out. I said they think. They think means to them it seems so. So hold on. Don't but Professor Mitch, they get respect. I show them respect. Don't hold up. Breathe a second. I know you love your child. Ain't no question about that. But remember, this isn't about you, your feelings, or what you think you are doing to, for, and with your child. It's about what's real to your child. You start there and work your way back to what maybe actually reality. Your child very well may be delusional. Childhood can do that to them. I agree. But how effective do you hope to be in convincing your child how wrong or delusional or how distorted their reality may be by jumping up and screaming about how wrong or delusional they are? Yes, your child may be delusional, but from their vantage point, you may be too. If you can understand and accept, respect, that, you are on the road to not only learning why your children rebel, you, my friend, are on your way to stopping the discomfort that makes the behavior of rebellion plausible and logical. See, discomfort and distress needs to be soothed by any means necessary. Remember the principle, need leads deed. The deed is done to satisfy the need. But if the need gets satisfied by other means, of what use are the deeds? I rest my case. This is the secret to great relationships, especially the one with our children. When we invest interest into the world and reality of the other, they feel they matter to us. They feel they are heard, seen, acknowledged, valued, loved, and respected by you and by me, the parents. Or at least that we're making an effort to get to know, to get to see them as they are in their world. Now, when we respond in this way to our child's identity, we are relatable. In fact, we are able to relate on ship. To relate on their ship, their identity, is at the core of relationship problems. The way in which we relate on ship determines the state of that relationship. When you favorably relate on ship, i.e., you favorably respond to an identity, the other person reaches matter mountain and satisfies their need to matter. They feel heard, seen, or at least acknowledged, which over time allows them to feel valued, loved, and respected. Human nature is to reciprocate what we think or perceive is given to us first. So disrespect, which is unfavorable response to our identity, compels a similar response in return. Disrespect births more disrespect, which births even more disrespect. Our responses to our children's behavior, which are the logical expressions of their identity, either communicate, you matter to me most, I matter to me most, or something or someone else matters to me most. Which one? Over time, these types of experiences shape your child's identity and therefore their behavior. It's the cycle of identity that I call forth that actuation cycle. We'll see how it works next episode. Be encouraged.